morning, man. The show must continue. Gfts, baby. Hey, shout outs to the brothers. They couldn't be here today. They gotta work. They gotta do their thing, but we're gonna keep it on, man. We're gonna keep that fire lit. Good morning, Vinny. Thank you so much for being here, man.
Good
Appreciate you,
morning.
my brother, man. I thought I was gonna do it solo, man, but the brothers will never let you down. The
No,
real
no,
ones,
no, no.
man. Good
No,
morning,
we
Vinny. How
can't
you
leave
doing,
you
man?
alone. We can't leave you hanging out there all alone. Gus is working, eating his peanuts. Derek's out on a hike. All day was out on an all-nighter. We don't know what's going on here. So it's me and you. And then there were two. And then there were two. But we got to keep the streak going. We got to keep the streak going.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Paul, man. We're almost going on a full year, man. It's crazy. It's crazy
Yeah.
how the thing started, man. And recently, man, I was talking to Rep Master, man. Shout outs to Rep. And he told me some encouraging ass fucking words, man. He's like, sometimes you don't know, and we talked about this before. Sometimes you don't know how much you affect other people. I just putting
Yeah.
yourself out here. And Vinny, I mean, you inspire
Mm-hmm.
so many people over 50 to get out the fucking couch and do something. And he
Yeah.
was saying that. He's like, man, you guys don't know. You guys doing an amazing thing. So that was very encouraging, man. That's, I really
Yeah.
appreciate those words, man. Good morning, Vinny. Thank you.
Yeah. And really shout out to Gus, man, because Gus is really the backbone of the whole thing, and he's what keeps me going, and so I didn't want to let him down this week. He had to do his thing. He had to go to work. So I said, no, we'll do what we can to keep it going, to keep the streak going. And like you said, you don't know. I mean, people are out there, and if we can get one couple of people off the couch working with us, that's great. That's beautiful.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that is
So
important, man. And shout outs to Paul. Thank you so much, Paul. Hey,
morning, Paul.
I'm in pain, Paul, man. I'm in pain, man. Yeah, shout outs to Gus, man. He's a great dude, man. I'm very blessed to have known you, and everything started from Good Morning Frankie from you, Vinny. Everything started from you, man. So
Yeah.
shout outs to you, Vinny, because you got me kind of around that circle. And I will always be grateful for that, man. It's an important thing in my life.
Yeah, I remember the first video I saw yours. I said, this guy, you were so charged up. I was watching your video. I'm like, I'm tired just watching this guy. So that's when I reached out to you. I said, I got to talk to this guy, see what's going on.
No, yeah, man. Thank you, man, because that's the start of all this, and it's crazy how things start from something small. It's growing. So we'll see where
You
we're
never
gonna take
know.
this, man. You never
You
know,
never
man.
know. You never
And
know.
you never know, man. So we're warming up, man. We're trying to figure this YouTube live thing. So it took us a little while to figure out, but we got it going, man. We got it going.
Yeah.
There's never an obstacle that you cannot overcome.
Yeah, guys, it took us a few minutes to get this YouTube going, but we got it and we're here. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah, good morning, everyone, man. Thank you so much for coming around, man. It means a lot. Like I made this video of one of our subscribers, man. Shout outs to George. And
Yes. Shout out
I was
George.
I was like, fuck, man, I cannot. It just for me, it's just I cannot be grateful enough for the people, man, that take their time to come in here and pay their attention to us and their comments,
Yeah.
man, because it takes a little bit out of them to do this, So that for me, man, it means a lot, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's one of the best things for me ever since I started this whole YouTube thing is like I think to myself that people would take their time to sit and watch the video and then to write something. You know what I mean? Just like the fact that they would even think to leave that comment, it just means so much, man. And I appreciate every single one, even the haters, even when you get the haters. I mean, at least they're taking their time.
I
At
know.
least they're taking their time too,
Hey, I know, man, and it's needed too, man, to have that sometimes, because it keeps you in check.
Yeah,
I had a dude tell me something about my weighted pull up, and I responded. Obviously, I told him that I'll do it like that with the reason that I don't want to do full range when I'm doing something weighted. But you know what? Even him doing that comment, I ain't gonna lie, man, it hurt me a little bit, for a few
yeah,
seconds. Like shit, man. He might be right. So in my mind, it makes me conscious of next time when I do a pull up to keep that. Maybe I won't go full range like they telling me, right? But maybe I'll do a
Right.
little bit more than the time before. So it's needed too.
Well, yeah, we don't always like the criticism. You know what I mean? We like to think that we're doing things right, and not not all of those comments are coming from a bad place. You know what I mean? People really do say, "Hey, this," and I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. But again, you do have those select few assholes that are just saying it just
To
because
hurt
they're an
you.
asshole.
Yeah, to
But there are
hurt you,
some
man.
people that really are trying to contribute something, and I do, and I appreciate that too. So that's good.
Yeah, that's
But
a
yeah,
big thing. Yeah, that's a big thing in the community here too with you guys because you guys have told me things, that, yo, man, you did better the time before,
yeah,
and I'm like, shit, man, you know what?
yeah,
I had to swallow my pride a lot of times and say, like, you're fucking right, man. You're right. You're right.
yeah,
Maybe I didn't put as much as effort on this one than I did on the time before. So that's something that's just growth.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, like I said, we all like to think that we're the way we do it is the right way. But hearing a different perspective sometimes it could really, if it just shifts the way you look at something, it helps you too. You know what I mean? Because not every and I say that to people. I don't want you to take everything that I'm not trying to tell people that because I say it's right, but I at least would like you to think about it and say, well, maybe, let me look at it this way. And if you can agree or disagree, and we could still be friends. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter, but just you should look at things. There's no black or white. Everything in life there's a gray area. There's like a middle ground. You know what I mean? So you have to be able to look at things and take different perspectives, take different ideas, and then make it your way and then do it your way. Put your spin on things. You know. So yeah, that's criticism is good. Criticism is good.
It's
You
great,
know.
man. It's great, man. But how about we pay in, man? The show is here in my channel today, and we gotta pay in everywhere we go, man. We gotta pay in. 25
25,
push-ups,
25.
25 going on, man. I'm a little fucked up for this workout today, guys, but I'm gonna do my best. Shout out to Gus, man. He working out there.
Yep.
Call him out for work out there, man, on a Sunday. What you gotta do,
Gus
man?
is
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah, and Gus has been on a tear lately. He did that routine again. He did that Wingate routine again. I think it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday he put that up. And he actually did. See, he did that routine twice in a week, and he actually improved yesterday by several minutes, which I actually watched it while I was working out last night. So he did great with it. But that's a beast of a routine. If you guys haven't seen that, it's basically a push-pull routine where you add weights as you go on. Uh, but definitely check out Gus doing that. Shout out to him. He did a great job on that.
Yeah, man, he's on a run, man. Shout out to him. It just
He's been
makes me
doing some
wanna
heavy
fucking
volume. Yeah.
man.
Hmm.
And I'm I'm upset about myself because I'm a little hurt. So I'm like, man, I wanna give this all these routines a try, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I wanna give it a shot, but I'm like, man, it's something to be fucking conscious of the injuries, man. We had our brother Paul talking about that shoulder injury. Now I
Hmm.
got fucked up. Trying to
Yep.
master this levers, I got fucked up. So now I gotta be conscious of like shit, okay. I gotta
Yeah.
take a step back, work on my squats like we talk about on that show, work on whatever else I can work on. It frustrates me,
Right.
man. Like Paul said it well. You see all the brothers doing these things and like man, I wanna do some of that, I
I
want a
know.
piece of that and but
It's
hey,
frustrating. It's frustrating, and that causes you to jump in sooner than you should have, right? When you're not healed up, and I'm guilty of it. I was just guilty of it too when I hurt my. I had a little injury recently, a few weeks back, and you get so anxious, like you watch everybody else and like, I want to do it, I want to get back into it, and then you wind up actually regressing. You know what I mean? You actually wind up going backwards. So it is frustrating. I know. Believe me, I know. But
Man, it is, but it's the investment, man. It's the investment we gotta make. And talking about investments, me and you were talking about yesterday. I just got this new weighted vest because I want to do more of I want to up my pull-ups. I want to up all my games. So I'm like, man, I gotta look around and buy me a vest. And I was
mhm.
searching and oh man, $100, $150. But I always come back, and you told me a great thing last night, man. You were saying like, I used to spend fucking money at the bar and I wouldn't even mind it, right? I will go and after I get a drink or two in, then I didn't care. It was $100 or $200. And
Yeah.
that's crazy, man. That's crazy to think that because we do spend money on nonsense shit a lot of times. And when for this, we should not have a stop, right? We should not have a cap. And like for me, I've thought about that vest, and I'm like, hold up, man. Yeah, I spend money on other shit that is not gonna do me as well, and it's gonna last me as long as this thing will.
Right. You think of the money, like I said, what I told you, the story I told you about, how I think back and I would be in a bar all night and I'd be out all night and I'd go here and just pissing money away. $50, $75, $100 at a time, and not even think about it. And maybe do that a couple or a few times a week, right? And then when I think about now, thankfully I don't do that anymore. Um, so for me to spend $50 or $100 on something fitness related that's going to benefit me, as opposed to paying $100 to go poison my body with alcohol and then be on the couch for 2 days with a hangover, right? So I'm not gonna piss and moan about spending, $25 here, $50, $100, or now I'm gonna get one of these vests that you told me about, which and it's gonna do me, and that thing's gonna last forever if you take care of it, right? Any type of fitness equipment, you're taking that money now, and rather than destroying your body with the alcohol and then the hangovers, I'm investing that money now in some type of equipment that's going to better me, that's going to make me better, right? I'm really investing in my health. So
Really?
that's the way I look at. That's really the way I look at it now. So, you
Yeah,
know,
we must not be skimpy, man. Also with the food,
not when it comes to
right?
your health. Not when it comes to, you don't skimp anymore when it comes to your health, because there's no greater commodity that you have on this earth other than your health. That's the one thing that,
That's the
because if
one
you
and
don't
only
have
fucking
that,
thing.
you don't have a life. You exist. You might exist for a while, taking pills and being sick, but you're not living. You don't have a life, right? So don't
It's
skimp on
crazy.
your health, guys.
Yeah,
Don't
do
skimp on
not
your health.
skimp on your health. Hell no. A lot of times, I be at the market and I see I go on the meat section, right? And I see the chicken and shit, especially the chicken, and they got the best one, which is
Yeah,
a few more dollars and shit.
right,
And I'm always
right.
like, hold up, all right, and their mind sometimes goes like, man, I'm gonna save me a couple of bucks, but it's your health, man. It's your health,
Right.
and your health, you said it
Yeah,
well. It's the
yeah,
one thing, man, that's your vessel that can take you to do whatever all the shit that you want to do. Without
right.
this, that's why it fucks me up a lot of times, man. When people wanna skimp on the food, right? Like I'm gonna get the
Yeah,
cheapest shit. Even with the tuna, man, like you see those cans of tuna, like 89 cents, whatever. Unless
yeah.
you're really, I mean, if you're really broke and you can't really afford the shit. Well,
Right.
yeah,
You have to, like I always say, you do the best you can with what you have where you are, right? But if you have those few dollars and you can afford to do it, why wouldn't you do it when it comes to your health? Why, and because, if if you're a healthy person and you need a few bucks, you can go out and work. You can go get another job, get a second job and make up for it because you're healthy enough to do it. But if you're sick, if you beat yourself up and abuse your body and you're sick, now you're fucked. Now you're not going to be able to do anything. You can't do anything. If you're healthy, you have nothing to worry about. You don't have a worry in the world because you could fix everything as long as you're healthy.
yeah.
But once you lose your health, you're fucked. You're just fucked all around. So,
brother Paul, he just put a comment right here talking about he drove a older car. I think here. Let me see if I can pull up these comments, man. Cause okay, right here. He said there's a reason why I drive a 20-year-old car, 20-year-old car, so I can buy the best groceries. hundred
There you
percent,
go.
Paul.
There you go. There you go.
Some people rather
So,
have a nicer car and a fucked up stomach. That shit
right,
makes no sense.
right. I did not too long ago. I actually put up a post. If you remember, I don't know if you saw it, Aldo, but the average car payment,
Oh yeah,
uh,
bro.
the average car loan payment today in the United States, how much is it? How much is if you have a car loan, what's the average payment that people are paying for a car?
Shit of almost 1,000 because in fact I was just talking to somebody last night about her car payment. It was $800.
700. The average payment, the average. There's Gusto. What's
Yeah,
up,
good
Gus?
morning, Ghost. Still, we here, bro. Over
Over
700 bucks.
700 bucks, right, Paul? 700 bucks, right? So the average, and then the average loan that they take, I believe, it's over 40,000. I think it was 41,000 was the average loan that the person takes. 41,000. Why the fuck are you putting? The average person doesn't make 40,000 in this country, but you're spending $40,000 on a car. It's absurd. It's absurd.
And then your health is fucked up.
And you right, but you got a nice car. You got a nice car to drive yourself to your doctor's visits.
Yeah, yeah, man. This shit, like, it comes to me every time, man. Every time I'm gonna like buy a piece of equipment, I'm gonna fucking buy a food. I think about this because sometimes the mind is like, oh, I gotta save a couple bucks. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh no, hold the fuck up. And I tell myself these things. I'm like, no, hold the fuck up. I'm gonna get me this fucking thing. I don't care
right.
because I know that this and you know what I really think about this shit makes you money, man. Being healthy makes you money
Yeah,
because you can do
yeah.
more. You are a better person. You can, like you said, you can have another fucking job. I
If you need
perform.
it, if that's what you need, and you're healthy, I can go do it. It doesn't matter because I'm healthy enough to do it. But if you're on the couch popping fucking pills and this hurts and that hurts and you're overweight, well, you don't want to. You can't. You just can't do it. And like you said, you got to be frugal when it comes to when it comes to your health. Don't waste the money on a bar. I was having a conversation with my son-in-law. Uh, he lives down by Philadelphia, and he likes the Philadelphia Eagles. That he's into the Phillies and all this shit, and he likes to go to the games. And they went to the game the other day. I think the tickets were fucking $400 for like a baseball. Like when you look at things like that in your life, like I'll never do it again. I used to do it. I used to go to to Giant games. I had Jet season football tickets. Never again. That's a waste of my fucking money. Uh, a beer. I did a post the other day too about the beer at the Philadelphia Eagles for a 16-ounce cup of beer, $14.67 for a cup of fucking beer.
Shit.
I mean, like when you look at things like that in your life, you just we piss money away. We just throw money away at all this shit. And then, like you said, people will go into the supermarket and look at the chicken and say, let me get the shit that's on sale rather than, and then they'll complain, but it's so expensive to eat healthy. But then they'll go and they'll pay $300 to go to a fucking baseball game. You know what I'm saying? It's absurd. If you put things in perspective and you start cutting out all that shit that you're just throwing your money away. You may as well take a shit and wipe your ass with $20 bills when you think about all the money that you waste, right? But then when it comes to your health, man, the gym is so expensive, or that weight vest is so expensive, or if I buy steak instead of a piece of chicken, it's going to be so expensive. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It takes planning. It takes a lot of thought. But again, you should be willing to put that time and effort into your health. Right,
Man,
exactly, Paul. It's priorities. It's all priorities. So
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I've been having this long month, man. I've been really busy, and I'm really blessed for that, right? And I fucking sit down for long hours, and I think about this shit. I'm like, and same thing. That's another investment to do this fitness shit because, man, I'm like shit. And yeah, when I'm done, my shit hurts a little bit, but I know because I do this, I can sit down in there and
right.
be and be all right. I come the next day, do my thing, bam, I'm good to go,
And you feel good, right? Right.
and I feel good. And I'm like, in one of these sessions I was having, I'm like, man, I've been here for 5 hours already. My shit started to hurt, and I'm like, man, how those people that do not fitness do,
Right.
man?
Exactly. Exactly. How do they do? I can't. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. And especially guys my age. Um, again, they normalize all this shit. Well, oh, your back hurts and you're overweight, and you have the high blood pressure. Well, it's supposed to because you're 50, you're 55, you're 60. Fuck that. It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to be. You're supposed to get old. There's no way around that. You're not supposed to be sick, right? And you're not supposed to live your life in pain and be all fucked up. That's not normal. That's not. But they make you think it's normal. They tell you that it's normal. So anyway, we've been going for a while, my friend. We got to get some
Man,
work in.
we've been talking shit, man. Let's go. What we doing, Vinny? I was telling you I'm a little fucked up, so I'm gonna do what I can, man. Do what I can, so we can
All
do
right.
what you say you were thinking some
So
squats.
I'm thinking we're gonna hit. Why don't we do 20 weighted squats, 10 weighted push-up. We'll do 20 and 10 sets of 20 and 10. How's that sound?
Sets of 20 and 10. All right, all right,
So we'll do 20 weighted squats, and we'll get down. We'll do 10 push-ups. We'll do a few sets of that. See how that goes.
all right, all right, all
All
right.
right.
I'm gonna test him. I'm gonna show you guys my fucking new vest, man. Shout out to Ghost, though, man. He got me in that shit. Here, WayneVest.com, man. They owe me some money. Fuck, they owe me some money. Here you go. This is the vest I was talking to you about, Beanie. These fucking things are well built, man. American made. I
Yep.
always do my best to get the American made. I even got the little hanger for this shit. Yo, WayneVest.com, you owe me. No, but they're great,
They got to
man. They're
send you
great.
a check. They got to send you a check.
No, they great products, man. I'm all about, like I said, man. When it comes to my health, man, I'm gonna invest on the best things that I can get, man. I'm not
Yep.
gonna skimp on my shit because I know that this fucking vessel, man, is gonna take me 100 years old. So this is the
No
fucking
doubt.
vest. That's the vest right there. Got a little hook right there, Beanie. So that's the color I got. But they got
Nice.
a lot of more colors, man. So
Yeah.
I didn't see it. If I was to do it again, I'd probably get a different color. But yo, I'm a fucking warrior, though.
Hey, it all weighs the same. As long as it weighs the same, don't worry about the color.
That's true. That's true. All right, so
All right, you
what?
ready?
Ready? 20 squats.
You got 20
Push-ups.
squats, 10 pushes.
All right, all right. Let's see how it goes from you, man. Cause I fucked up my lat, fool, from doing those fucking levers, man. Uh huh. Okay. Ah, that's that obsession, man. Being obsessed with a thing fucks you up sometimes. All right, so 10 push-ups. Let's see how this feels. Okay. Woo! First set always hits. First
Okay.
set always hits. All
All
right.
right.
All right. Let's see what I
Hey,
need.
I'm going to set us a timer to keep us on track.
All right.
So if we start bullshitting too much, we got to get this in.
All right. So what do you want to do in a minute or what? No. What?
Well, we started late, so Let's try. Let's try. We got to keep a good pace. How about every minute and a half?
All right.
And we'll see how far we get with that. If that's a little too ambitious, we can knock it back to 2 minutes. But let me see. Just
All right, man. You guide me, Vinny, because I'm I work I work I don't even know how to call my style of working out, man. But I just work out. I just train. It's not even a workout, man. I just train.
well, it's funny you say that because when I went to the gym last night, I had no idea what I was going to do, and sometimes that's some of the best workouts that I have. I said that to a good friend of mine last night. When I walk into the gym not knowing what I'm even going to do, sometimes those are just like the best workouts. See, I'm not. I don't know. I don't think you are either, but I'm not the type. And I'm kind of envious when I see people in the gym with the notebook and they're keeping
Same.
track of their reps and sets and they're writing it down. I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like I just say, well, what did I do yesterday? All right, then I'm going to do this. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And as far as the reps and sets, I'm always mixing it up. I'll do the EMOMs, I'll do the ladder sets, and I just try and change it up. It's all mental games with me. You know what I mean? I'm
Okay.
not into that like always. And I guess there's a place for that. Like if you're just starting out, the whole, 3 sets of 10. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. I don't go for that. I just whatever. I just come up. Like last night, I did a variation of what Gus did with that Wingate set, where you do it's 5 sets and you go 20, 15, 20, 15, 10, and 5. So I did a shoulder workout last night using that rep scheme, and I threw in some squats and burpees and stuff. So I mix it up, but I'm not one to sit there with the notebook and say, okay, what did I do last 2 Wednesdays ago? All right, I did this. I have no clue. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah, man.
just kind of fly by the seat of my pants.
Shout out to a
So
brother Osiris, man, because he that's how he does. He got that shit to the T. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, I'm not that type either, man.
yeah.
I can't like I train. There's episodes, man. I see my this is my actually not that I examine it. It's episodes in my training. There's episodes of shit, right? There's things that okay, this time I want to get good at this, and I work
Right.
on this shit for for a while. There's sometimes I
Yeah,
bike for a lot. Sometimes I
yeah,
run. Sometimes lately I was swimming. Now I kind of cut the shit and I left it alone for a little bit. Like I'm going once a week. I was going
yeah,
3 times a week. So I'm episodes,
yeah.
man. I'm like I'm
I
fucking
but
TV show.
I do the same thing with my food. I'm
Uh,
on to this for a while. I'll have my sardines like every day for a while. All right, now I'm sick of sardines. I'm gonna go back to some ground beef, and then I'm gonna go. You know,
okay.
you jumped on the bandwagon for a while, and you say this is really good. I'm gonna do this for a while, and then you always like. But the main thing is you just keep going, right? You're always doing something, like you said. If it's not swimming, it's biking. The main thing is you're moving. You know what I mean?
Always,
Little
man.
and variety. It doesn't matter. Is that variety, and the variety helps keep you going. It helps keep you motivated because now, all right, now I'm going to stop. You're working on the front lever now, right? So I want to get into that, and you're doing that. So as long as it keeps you motivated, switch it up. All right, let's
Yes,
go.
sir. Let's go.
20 and 10.
Uh, Fitness is a playground, man. Don't never forget. 20. One thing though, man, that I always do is calisthenics, man. Calisthenics is the fucking core. And I don't know the styles of training myself, man. I done the weights. I done fucking Olympic weightlifting, but nothing like calisthenics, my people. Nothing like it, man. It's crazy.
No, No, it's definitely, and really, as much as you say, well, no excuses, there are no excuses. You could find a park, and you don't even need a fucking park.
No.
It's great if you have a park, but you don't need a park. You don't need it. But yeah, calisthenics definitely the fountain of youth. That and some yoga.
Man.
That and the yoga.
You let me know when to go. I know the first sets, man, they feel good, but once as the shit keeps going around. Yeah, man, and since hanging out with you guys, man, I've gotten better at doing more of these counts and more like time shit.
Yeah.
I gotten better, but I just like to really for me it's more of the freedom, man. Like I go till I can't fucking go no more, rest for a little bit, and then go again. And for me, it's
Yeah.
being in my mind,
Uh
right?
huh.
It's being in my mind. I'll be right there thinking about shit, examining myself, and getting a sweat on. Training.
Yeah.
Let me
All
know.
right. This is gonna set 3 coming up.
All right.
All right. 20 and 10.
20 and 10. Yes, sir. Fitness is a playground, man. I never, I don't think I ever be bored of it, man, because like you said, there's many things to do. Sometimes I can only do pull-ups. Sometimes I can only do push-ups, dips. So many fucking things out there, man. No excuses,
Yeah.
man. All you need is a piece of floor. Little
Yeah.
fucking bam, bam.
But even okay. So how long ago did you get to that park? How long ago did you get there?
What do you mean?
What time? What
Today?
time? Yeah.
Oh, like 8:30. So yeah, 8:30 my time.
So about an hour ago.
Yeah,
How many people came to that park while you're standing there?
zero.
Right. Right. And do you know how many times I've been in Manhattan, right? One of the most populated cities on earth. And I was at a park on 27th Street in the middle of Manhattan for an hour or two, and nobody else came.
No shit.
How could that be?
In the
How could that
busiest
be?
city in the world.
Right. And I'm in a park for an hour or two, and nobody comes and exercises there. I mean, there were kids playing basketball, there were people doing other stuff, but at the calisthenics part, nobody. And it happens all the time. Well, I get parks even around here where I live. I go to the park. Listen. When you go to the gym, you always say you're strategic with the gym. What time should I go to? Well, everybody gets out of work, everybody gets out of school, so I want to go at this time. I want to go late. When it comes to the park, you go whenever you want because you're never going to run into a crowd.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, man. I like
All
the
right,
spot
20 and
in
10.
my park. 20 and 10. Yeah, man. I like to call this my park, man, because fuck, I never see anybody here, and that's sad, man.
It really is when you think about it, because again, it's free. There's no charge.
$3.99.
Come open 24/7, 365, no crowds, and people still don't do it. People still don't do it.
They still want the
I
membership, man.
can't figure it out.
This is a statistic, man, on how many people, man, has a gym membership and don't go to the fucking gym.
So I think I did a post on that, or
I think you
I
have.
definitely looked it up. So of the adult population in the U.S., 19, let's say 20% of the people actually have a gym membership. So that's one out of 5 people have a gym membership. But the amount of that 20% that have the membership, the percentage that goes on a regular basis, I forget what the number was, a couple or 3 times a week. I believe, I hope I'm not, I hope I'm remembering it correctly. I think it's 4% of the 20% that have the membership actually go regularly. So, all right, 20 and 10. Set, I
20
think
and
this
10.
is set 5.
Think so too. I should have got my little thing. And that's the misconception, man, because I used to think the same. I used to think that I needed a gym membership, that I needed to be there so I could work out. I had the same fucking misconception. But
Yeah,
little that I know, when I work by myself, man, I work the best. You know? It took me a long
yeah,
time to find out, but this is
yeah,
from, that's why I share these things, man, to people, because I found out that the gym membership was not needed. I mean, unless
right.
you really want to, but it's not a necessity. All you need is a little bit of a program with simple things: push-ups, squats, dips, bam.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. Well, that's the other thing, like you said, and I always had that mindset too, that in order to be in shape, you have to go to the gym, you have to have a gym membership, and it's not true. I know that now. Um, but again, people, even when it comes to when you tell people you don't need a gym membership, you don't have to spend money, just get on the floor and do push-ups, find the bar and do some pull-ups, and do some squats, and then they start analyzing there. Well, how many days a week should I do it? When I do the push-ups, should my hands be like this or like that? How many reps should I do? Can I build muscle when I do? Like, get on the fucking floor and push up, and then work it out from there. You know what I mean?
That's it.
But everybody overanalyzes it.
It's simple, man. It's simple as hell. I always tell people, man, it's simple as fuck. All you gotta do is do. All you gotta do is do.
Yeah.
Once you do, then it's like a little wheel that you throw from a hill, right? You throw the wheel. Once that fucking thing start rolling, it's like inertia, man. Inertia, right? That's what he call it.
Yep. Yeah.
Little by little, man, that shit keeps taking over, man. Next thing you know, this thing is going super fast. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just a matter of fucking getting a couple reps, couple sets. You'll be there.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. 20 and 10.
20 and 10. Ah,
Set 6.
brother Paul, man, he was telling his story a while ago on how he started to work out and shit, and how he led him to stop fucking smoking and stop all these bad habits.
Yeah.
So it's not only, and then now he cannot live without it. Look at him, he fucking himself up because he wants some
Yeah.
more. you know, you know. So that's the example right there of somebody that didn't really do it like that, came about and found himself.
Yep.
Yo, Action. Good morning, brother.
Morning, Action.
Here,
Morning, AJ.
here you go. I'm gonna put this live chat. We're learning on this thing, man. Okay, let's see. Okay. I guess it doesn't show. Uh
Yeah, we had
yeah, man.
a quick learning experience this morning with the YouTube live.
Yeah, man. It's beautiful, man. This thing is beautiful. Uh, there are really no excuses now, man. Because if
Nope.
you said before, shit, I gotta go to the gym and be around these people that work out, you don't even need that shit no more, man. If you really want to do it on private, because, hey, man, I understand. Some people is a little ashamed of the little belly fat that they have. Some people is insecure of going in there and be like, man, people is gonna criticize me, which is not like that, right? It's not really like that. But people
No.
is. Now you can do it on the privacy. Come and watch a fucking show where you get fair and talk shit and work out with us. You can just be here, do your thing, be on the private, be in your room, be in your corner, do some fucking squats and push-ups. It really, there's no excuses now.
Yeah, I remember you talk about going to the gym and being. I think a long time ago, I did a video about being intimidated. I always tell the story. When I was a kid, I used to go to the YMCA to the day camp, and we'd be in the gym playing dodgeball and kickball, whatever. And off the side of the gym, uh, the basketball court was a weight room, right? And I always used to go over and peep in there when I was a little kid. And these guys, it was like an old fashioned, like back in the 1970s and stuff. And these guys were
Oh shit.
squatting and they would throwing heavy weights around. Anyway, fast forward to I turned 18 and I always said, I want to go in there and I want to lift weights. This is the God's honest truth. I got my first membership at the YMCA because I wanted to go in that gym. And the first day I went in, I walked in. I didn't know anything. I'd never been in a gym in my life. And I walked in and I looked around. I saw these guys they had the gym chalk and they were doing this and they had the belts on, right? I got so intimidated. I looked around as if I was looking at somebody and I left because I didn't know what to do. I felt so, if I walked in there, I felt so out of place, right? Anyway, I don't know, it was a day or two later, I went back and there was a guy, his name was Barry. And he kind of oversaw the place. He took care of the place, cleaned up and stuff. And I got my nerve up and I went in and I just looked around and I said, hey, Barry, I want to do this and that. Man, he couldn't have been a nicer guy. He took me around the gym, used this machine for this, and he started showing me. And from that day on, I hit the ground running and I was good to go. And all of these guys that I thought were so intimidating and so scary looking and big and muscular, I got my nerve up and I would just walk up to them and say hey, when you bench press, should you do this? Man, so many of them would just it's almost like they want you to ask them. You know what I mean? Because they want to spread the knowledge. So yeah, so that was my thing. So, but I see that too. A lot of people in the gym, they'll come in and they look at a place. They look like they're new, that they haven't worked out. So you'll get they'll go over by the dumbbells and they might do a couple of curls and then they're looking around and then when they don't know what to do, they always run for the treadmill. The safety, I always say it's always the safety of the treadmill, right? Because they all know that. They just got to get on there and hit the button and then they said, oh, I worked out. I was on a treadmill. Because when all else fails, you could always get on that treadmill and walk. And that's what you see a lot of people doing. But there's no reason to be intimidated because the other thing too, I tell people is that, you feel like you don't know what you're doing in the gym. Well, most people don't.
Exactly.
Most people really don't. They're just feeling their way around. You know what I mean? And there's no shame in even asking people. If you see somebody that looks like they might know what they're doing, believe me, most people want to help. If you and they'll take
Most
that as a
people do.
compliment that they even take it as a compliment that you'll walk up to them and say, "Hey, you look like you know what you're doing. Like, can you help me with this?" So
That's
there's no
a hundred
reason to.
percent.
Yeah. So anyway, what are we on? Round 8? So, I don't know. I
Run.
feel like Gus
I
now.
think. I think it's 7 right here. 7.
Okay.
7. All right, 7. We're talking a little shit today, which is good. That's another thing right there too. Well, and this is my personal opinion, of course. Not every workout has to be a fucking crazy workout, you know. There's
No,
gonna be
no.
days that it's gonna be a light workout.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what, like when we were talking earlier, and I said about if you walk into the gym with that notebook and you're writing down every rep and every set, I prefer to go in and sort of like fly by the seat of my pants, for lack of a better term. And there are going to be days when you go in and you want to tear the gym down. Like you don't want to leave. And some days you'll go in and you say, I'm really not feeling it today. But it doesn't matter because it's going to balance out. You're going to have the good days and you're going to have the bad days. And it's always going to balance out for you as long as you're
Yeah,
consistent.
exactly. And
So,
it's something to be okay with, man. I learned this myself, man. To be okay. Sometimes I come here and I do light work. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah,
Sometimes I just shadow box. I just shadow box and sweat my ass off,
yeah,
and I'll be all right.
yeah. Well, it's better than the guy sitting at home on a couch watching somebody else box.
Man, man. Take action, man. That's Vinny. This morning I was reading about that, man. I was reading about the 12 laws, right? So in the 12 laws is the law of attraction, and it's also the law of action, right? The law of attraction. Everybody knows about that shit. It's so famous now. You
Right.
you wish for something and it happens to you. Yeah, it's true. But without the law of
But,
action,
right.
you ain't
Yeah,
got shit because you can be wishing all the good things for your life or whatever the fuck you want. But if you're in
right,
the action, trying to apply yourself one little thing at a time every day for a long time, shit won't happen just wishing for it. And that's the law of
right,
action. You know what I mean?
right. Yep. It's good
Like,
you could sit there and wish for it all you want and say, well, the law of attraction says it's going to come to me. Well, not if you don't take any action you still have to do something. you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
if it was that fucking easy, I wouldn't be on here with you and I wouldn't be wearing this vest right now. I'd be sitting in there saying, I wish I was in shape. I wish,
man,
you
man.
know,
But it is important too to wish that shit. To always comment the shit with the like, yo, I got me this vest because I want to grow a little bit more. So I'm like, I need more resistance, right? So I'm like, I
yeah,
want to grow a little bit. I know I've been doing this just body weight for a long time. So what? Okay, my action, I'm gonna get me some fucking weight, and I'm gonna
right,
start doing some fucking pulls with that, so I can
right.
grow a little bit.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like you said, you, you have that picture in your mind of what you want, right? You know that, okay, this is what I want to do. What's my goal? I want to do this. Okay. So, and you're going to do it, but you still took the action. Well, how am I going to get it? What would I have to do to get it? Well, number one, I know I need more resistance, right? And I have to do this exercise with more resistance. And you took the action to do it. So then when you reach your goal, you're going to say, see, I thought about this and I really wanted it and I got it. You got it because you took the right action to get it, right? So you have to do something. It's not
I
as
know.
simple as like you can't just sit there and go, I want to grow a little bit, and then wake up tomorrow and go, what the fuck? I'm not growing. What's going on? Right? Because you didn't do anything. All
Exactly.
right, next set.
Next set. Let's go. Yeah, exactly. That's just powerful, man. To think about and to do about. Ah, ah, whew. Definitely a different high with this vest, man. Definitely. I'm gonna be on this wagon for a little bit.
How's the how's the back feeling?
I mean, not too bad. It's tender for a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy, you know. And
Right.
that's my own fault, Beanie, because I could not fucking sit down and take a day off, right? And this is my problem, man. I think for me it's a problem to be obsessed with that thing. Like I want to get this thing, and I be on it. Where bam, yeah, I
Yeah.
overdid it. I overdid it, man. Definitely overdid it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can you
Well,
do?
I can't fault you for it because I kind of do the same thing myself. So I can't say to you, well, you know, you shouldn't do that, Aldo. It's not because I'm sitting here doing the same thing. So I'm not in
Man.
a position to preach when it comes to that because I definitely, yeah, I'll tell people, listen, if you get hurt, you make sure give your body time to heal.
Fuck.
Meanwhile, I fuck myself up, and then the next day I'm out doing the same shit, and you
Man.
know, because I get antsy. I get antsy just sitting around. I can't. I always feel like I have to be doing something. So
Same, man. Same, man. It's hard. Like yesterday, I talked to you for a little bit, and I took the day off yesterday. I went, got the sauna in. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna let this motherfucker heal.
yeah,
And after I talked to you, I'm like, man, I want to do something so bad. It was a fight within
yeah,
to say like, nah, I'm just gonna chill here. I was stretching. I got on my those rolls, you know, massage my shit, bam, bam. But in my mind, I'm like, man, I feel lazy. I'm like, I
yeah.
want to do something, at least a little bit, but I
But
feel better today.
honestly,
So it did pay off to not do anything, you know?
well, I was just gonna say because when you do it, when you take those couple, even 3 days, you know, if something happens and you get a streak where you don't work out for 2 or 3 days, and you come back after resting up like that, I know I do. I mean, you feel like Superman. You feel great. You feel much stronger. You know, because don't forget when we do this, when you do the resistance, you're literally damaging your muscles, right? You're doing damage to your body. It's a big stress on your body, and you're physically you're breaking down muscle tissue. So uh, you do have to give it a chance to rest. And when you do that, and you come back afterwards, a lot of times I know I do. If I'm off for a couple of days and I come back, I feel even stronger and I feel much better. I feel like almost like energized, you know,
Yeah,
to a degree. So, all right, you ready? 20 and 10.
ready. 2010. This must be a set 8, I think. No, that's got to be set 9, I think. Whew. Yeah, man, resting is all right, man. But in that same note, I was reading this thing on this famous guy, David Goggins, man. He was talking about how through his, I mean, that motherfucker is crazy.
Yeah,
But through his craziness, he found out that his body learned And Gus knows about this because he be doing this crazy shit, right? Shout out to Gus for those marathons, man. So your body learns how to heal faster because your body understands, like, okay, this person is not giving me too much time to rest, to heal. So your body learns to speed up those processes. So that's
Yeah,
another crazy thing to explore too.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't say that that's bullshit. I would say
Uh-huh.
that that's definitely a possibility. You know what I mean? Um, I mean, case in point, look, Gus did that crazy set. I don't know if he did it like 2 days apart, but that's a beast of a set to do
Yeah.
a couple of days, in a row. So, and he did better the second time. So go figure. So there is a lot to be said about that too. But you can go either way. But I definitely would not. I mean, and you talk about that guy Goggins. He's just an outright animal. Like he looks like
Insane
he doesn't
motherfucker.
stop. Yeah. So I mean, what are you going to tell him? Oh, you're full of shit. That's not true. And the guy's out running 40 miles a day. Come on.
But also check this out too. On the same thing, he's also very fucked up because he's got to had to get fucking knee replacement. I mean, he's got all kinds of work done. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, there's also a thing to explore there because there's a time where you overdo it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, if
So
if you're beating up your body, I mean, I know people not even nowhere near David Goggins, but a couple of guys who were big runners back in the day, and whatever they would run, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 miles a day, but they did it consistently for years and years. And their knees are fucked up. One guy ankle's fucked up. This one, his foot is messed up, and it's just from the constant beating, you know. Uh, and I guess this isn't exactly the same, but you talk about these power lifters. Uh, and I talk about the guys right. I told you the story about the YMCA earlier. A lot of those guys that when I went in there, I got to know these guys because they all lived in the same town as me and they always came to the gym. So I got to know them through the years, and I knew them up until a few years ago when I retired. I don't see them anymore because I'm not down there. But almost every one of those guys, they were strong as bulls. I mean, literally like bench pressing 500 pounds. God knows how much they were squatting and deadlifting, doing those three basic movements. Almost to a man, fucked up backs, fucked up knees, fucked up shoulders. You know what I mean? Because that those years and years of that heavy weight on the spine and on the knees and on the hip joints. You know what I mean? It takes its toll. So a lot of those guys are fucked up from that. So you got to find your own balance. You got to find your own balance.
do you
So
see that in calisthenics though? Do you see that? You think that with time? What do you think?
no, no, no. I think no. I think the opposite. I don't think you're going to get nearly as beat up doing cal. I don't think so. Uh,
Mm.
I don't think you're going to get nearly as beat up doing calisthenics, especially if you're just doing body weight. And even what we're doing, with this, all right, it's weight, but it's not a massive amount of weight that we can't handle it. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? So no, I think no, because you see way more guys, older guys, doing
Yeah.
push-ups, pull-ups, and stuff like that, as opposed to older guys in the gym deadlifting and bench pressing, trying to bench press 500 pounds. So I don't know.
Right.
I think that the calisthenics is much more sustainable as you get older, and it's going to keep you in great shape. If you do it consistently, you'll be in great shape, and
I
if you
mean,
eat
you the
right,
example.
and
You're
if
the
you eat
fucking
right.
example of it. Yeah, you gotta eat right. You gotta eat
All
right.
right, next set.
Hey, next set. Yeah, yeah, you gotta eat right, man, for sure. And man, I have episodes myself, man. There's times that I eat so well, and there's times that not so well. I have this collage of pictures in my home, man, that I look at every day, and that's because there's days that I don't need so well, right? But in this, there's pictures of things I want from my life, and in this thing, man, there's a section where it's food, So it's a collage of like food, good food. You got some chicken and veggies, some salmon, you right, some good shit, beans, and I keep that. And that's something to take action, man. That's like my taking action, because when I see that, if the day before I smash on some pizza and shit, I look at that in the morning and I'm like, fuck, that's gotta be today. Today, and somehow it goes in my mind, and then I go about my day, and I'm like, okay, well, fuck, I gotta eat good today,
Right.
you know?
Yep. Well, you got to balance it out. Like I always say, nobody's 100%. Anybody who says 100%, they're full of shit.
Oh
But you
shit.
just want those good days to outnumber the bad days, and then in the end, you'll do okay. You know what I mean? As long as you let those good days outnumber the bad days, it'll all come out in the wash.
Yes, sir, man. So, hey, man, we hit the hour, Vinny. We made this shit happen. The train did not
Oh
stop.
shit, we're over an hour. We're over an hour
Yeah.
already. Oh man.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's
Any
one
closing
last
words?
set. One last set out the
That's it.
door.
Let's go. The buyout. This was it felt good, man. It felt good with this 30 pounds. We definitely talked a lot of shit today, and we miss the brothers, man. Double Cyrus, Gusto, man. Hopefully they're having a great day today. Whatever they
Yes.
doing, Osiris out there hiking California. Gusto out there
Yeah.
fucking working.
That's some beautiful scenery he's got out there, man.
Man.
I'm envious some of those hikes, some of those pictures he sent with that scenery. But yeah, good for them. And Gus, if you're listening, lay off the fucking peanuts today.
The fucking cake, bro.
Don't work too hard, brother. Well,
hey, man.
Aldo, man, I appreciate you taking the stick this week and helping us keep the streak going with the podcast.
Yes,
so appreciate you, brother. I'm glad we got it figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it was a few times that we had to
streak
back and forth. Man.
All right, brother.
Hey, man.
Closing
thank
words.
You so much, man.
You gonna take us out?
Hey, man. All I gotta say is thank you, man. Thank you to Vinny that came forward, came through, helped me with this thing, man. We're keeping the fire lit. Thank you to all the brothers on the other side of the camera that take their valuable time. Believe me, I understand how much that means. And believe me, I'm here, man, and I don't ever want to waste your time, man. Hopefully you take something out of these things we do. And thank you so much, man. That's all I got to say, man. You already know who this is, man, and you already know what this is, man. Get fed and talk shit, baby. Much love, y'all.
Thank you,
All right,
brother.
Vinny. God
I'll
bless
talk to you
brother.
soon.
Yes, sir. Man.